Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
The garage door springs that come standard with most homes don't last. And when they fail, it's not just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello at A1 Garage Door Service. Our springs are the toughest in the industry, backed by our lifetime warranty. That's right. Fix them once and you're covered for life. Don't risk your family's safety or your peace of mind. Let A1 replace your springs before they become a problem. From repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one.
A1 from day one. I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner & Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Hey, it's Big Cat from the Pardon My Take podcast. If you're looking for a drink that keeps the fun going without weighing you down, pick up some Truly Hard Seltzer. It's crazy refreshing, comes in tons of different flavors, and has only 100 calories per serving. Truly makes it easy to keep the fun going with your crew, which is exactly why it's the official hard seltzer of Pardon My Take. Whether you're out with friends, hosting a game day at home, or just kicking back, grab a Truly Hard Seltzer. Pick it up at your local Total Wine, Walmart, or Circle K, because there's always a lot of party left, Phoenix.
America. We are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. By honoring your sacred vocation of business, you impact your family, your friends, and your community. At Grand Canyon University, our MBA degree program is 100% online, with emphases in business analytics and finance to help you reach your goals. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
The summertime deals are still heating up at Mark Kia. Right now, receive 0% APR for up to 60 months on a brand new 2025 Kia EV6.
That's right, 0%. The name to remember, Mark Kia. Mark Kia. This is a deal you've been waiting for. Offer through Kia Motors Finance. Offer expires August 4, 2025.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe, Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
We continue to try to change the sport of baseball one day at a time. That, plus what the next Suns move might be. On today, the Thursday edition of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060, streaming on the KDUS AM 1060 app. Chris Schubert with you for the next 2 hours on a Thursday. Don't worry, we are just one day away from baseball being back in our lives, sports being back on the television screen. We move every day closer to the start of NFL training camp. We will get through this together. Producer Evan is on the other side of the glass taking your phone calls, 480-864-1060. Now, normally, I hit the button, and the Daily Special is about something that occurred in the world of sports the night before. A piece of news, something that has happened. The Diamondbacks blowing a game, a big comeback, some type of Suns news, a new coach, a new GM, a big trade, draft night, something. I'm going to hit this button, and none of that stuff happened last night. Now, we do have something that we need to discuss during the Daily Special, but before we get into that, we have an announcement to make.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
It was 35 seconds after we got off the air yesterday. Less than a minute. Producer Evan comes running down the hallway into my office and said, we didn't do the picks. I didn't make my open championship picks during the leftovers. So this is really the only day that we can get away with doing this. So we're going to do it today, even though they're already playing. He doesn't want to get destroyed for waiting another 2 hours? You want to give everybody your open picks for the golf tournament this weekend? Yes, that is the daily special today.
I got 4 picks, all to win. Not doing it how I typically do it. I got 4 picks that I like their value on winning. First one, it's the slam dunk. It's Scotty Scheffler. The guy's been dominant. He started off with a good day today.
I was just going to say, wow, pick
one
a guy
back of the lead.
Wow, pick a guy who's up there on the leaderboard.
Listen, I gave you two names before we even started. Second one I like is Matt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, guys tied for the lead now.
Tied for the lead,
wow.
had the Eagle on 2. But that's a guy, if you're betting the Open, I always say an Englander always finishes high. And so Matt Fitzpatrick is my guy this year.
Okay.
I don't think Hovland has been playing great golf. Third, my pick, Justin Thomas, who just had a double on 9, which doesn't look great, but he had 4 birdies on the front, and he knows how to manage a course well. Why does he know how to manage a course well? Because he's played a lot of bad golf over the last year and a half, but he's kind of coming out of that, and he's done a nice job managing the course. I think that's big in the Open, playing a little link-style golf. 4 birdies on the front. Unfortunately, that double sets him back to even. My last pick, and this one I'm never confident about because he's done me dirty so many times, but Ricky Fowler. And I love Ricky. Ricky was probably the reason I thought golf was cool as a kid, probably the reason I got into playing it. But Ricky, he's done me dirty so many times, but he's off to a good start. And here's my thought process. You get great odds on Ricky. Let him play through Sunday. Let him play up to Sunday, then cash out. Cash out when he's in the top 3 on Sunday because he has no chance after that.
Do you feel better now that you've given out the picks?
I feel better.
This was bothering you from the moment
I lost sleep over last night.
We got off the air. I opened the door to my portion of the studio, and producer Evan came running out of his box and said, I didn't do the open picks. And there was just this face of disappointment that came over him because he knew the backlash that was going to come his way. And you double down on said backlash by picking guys who are currently up on the leaderboard. So you know what people are going to say. But you know what? Today is a day where we can do whatever we want. We can take whatever left and right turns we want to take today. So in the interest of fairness and transparency, we didn't want to wait until the leftovers to do this. So we said, it's a Thursday. Nothing happened last night. We'll have some fun with it. I'll push the button. We'll make that the daily special for today because I think the big story in sports right now is everybody is still trying to wrap their head around what we saw the other night in baseball. That's really the thing that is carried over into today with the swing off and everybody being enthralled with what they saw 2 nights ago during the swing off. And the message that I want to extend from our conversation from yesterday is sports are supposed to be fun. Sports are supposed to be entertaining. Sports are also supposed to be competitive, but at the end of the day, these leagues, these sports are in the interest of being entertaining and fun because that means people will sit down and watch. That means people will spend money to consume your product. And that means you as a business, the owner of a team, the commissioner of a league, the league in general, you make money. The North Star is about fun and entertainment. And the swing off Tuesday night was both. It was both fun and it was entertaining. So it does not surprise me that on the heels of how great everything was on Tuesday, we spent a lot of time yesterday discussing whether or not it could be put into practice during the regular season. And I'm not surprised that many others yesterday were talking about whether or not Major League Baseball would entertain the idea of having this be their way to fix games, right? To fix the length of games, to fix the longevity of their product, right? To make it more sustainable, to make more casual fans interested in the product. And I know that there are a lot of you out there today that hate this idea. There are a lot of you out there today that think it is a bogus way to determine a winner or a loser. And to those people, I would just say, you've got to stop gatekeeping these sports. Would you have said this when the NBA instituted the three-point line? Would you have said this when the NHL went to the overtime format that they went to? Would you have said this when the NFL changed all of their rules to make it more suited for the offense, more suited for points, making it extremely difficult on the defense? No. You wouldn't have said all these things because it made the product more fun. It made the product more entertaining. Now, do all of those changes that I just referenced have their drawbacks? Yes. Spoiler alert. The real world is difficult. The real world isn't Fantasyland. Every decision you make could have some level of a consequence. So yes, the three-point line in the NBA, it morphed the game into teams building their roster around just shooting more threes and not driving to the basket, playing more physical. It changed the way the game was played. The changes in football to skew more towards the offense, did it lead more towards quarterbacks being able to put up ridiculous numbers, changing the history books? Did it change the way defenses had to be put together? Did it morph the game? Absolutely. Did it come with its fair share of cons? Yes. You can't breathe on a quarterback without there being a penalty because the NFL needs to protect those guys because those are the guys that score points. They create the value. They create the entertainment. They create the fun. So nothing is perfect. But this swing off that we saw the other night in Major League Baseball for the All-Star game, to me, would be a very good step in the right direction for Major League Baseball. I will repeat what I said yesterday about this. You cannot do this the moment a game gets to extra innings. Too many games over the course of a regular season get to extra innings. But do you know where games don't end up anymore? Regular season baseball games don't go into the 14th, 15th, 16th innings anymore. We see games end early. Why? Since the institution of the ghost runner, the Manfred man on second base, you're seeing these games end in the 10th. Sometimes dragging on to the 11th. In the rare occasions, extending into the 12th and the 13th innings. But you still play some level of real baseball. So what I said yesterday is, let's do away with that ghost runner. Let's do away with that Manfred man on second base. Let's have a continuation of the way we played baseball for 9 innings. Let's do that in the 10th. Let's do that in the 11th. Let's do that in the 12th. Let's play an extra third of baseball. That may take about an hour or so to do. So you're adding a little bit of runway onto these games. But how many games get to that stage? How many games get to the 13th inning? Because that is where I would institute this swing off, this home run derby style to determine a winner or a loser. I said it yesterday, it bears repeating. How many times would this happen over the course of a 162 game season? A handful. We're not talking about 80, 90, 100 games like this over the course of a season. 25, 30 at the most. How many games? Ask yourself this question. Do you know this number off the top of your head? Do you know how many times the Arizona Diamondbacks this season have gone to the 13th inning or later? Just think. You sit, you watch a lot of these games. Think to yourself, how many times did the Arizona Diamondbacks just this season, we can look at last season as well, but this season, how many times did the Arizona Diamondbacks go to the 13th inning or later? Now, you don't know the answer. And I'm not saying that to mock you, but you don't know that answer because you don't keep track of those things. You're not saying, oh, this is how many times they went to the 11th, the 12th, the 13th inning. And if you look so far, the first half of this season just concluded. We're about to start the unofficial second half. Do you know how many times they went to the 13th inning? Do you know how many times they went past the 11th inning? It is a big goose egg, 0. So if this rule was in place this season, we would never have seen it for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So the first time it happened, a lot of the reaction by many of you would be the reaction that a lot of people had, a lot of the players had on Tuesday when they found out that this is the way the tie was going to be broken. The Diamondbacks have played 1 game this season. 3 games this season that have gone into the 11th inning. 3. Every other extra inning game that they have played has ended in the 10th inning. And so far this season, let's do some quick math. 3, 4, 5, I see 6, I see 7, 8, 9, 10. They've played 10 extra inning games so far. Out of the 97, nearly 100 games that they have played this season, 10 of them have gone to extra innings. None of those 10 have gone into the 12th inning. So if we instituted today, the way that I would do this if I was commissioner for a day, putting this in the 13th inning, playing 3 extra innings of baseball, the Arizona Diamondbacks would not have played it at all this season. Would not have happened. That's one team. How many other teams do you think you can say the same thing for? So something that is going to happen so rarely over the course of the season. And maybe you're worried that by going back to the traditional way of extra innings could lead us to more games in the 13th. Fine, ramp it up. We'll play a regular inning in the 10th. We'll play a ghost runner, Manford man inning in the 11th and 12th, and then we'll go to the 13th. I guarantee you the number of times this happens over the course of a season would be a handful. It would be the entertainment. It would be the fun that we all need, but it would not overshadow the competitiveness, the integrity of the game. Everybody loves to throw that out there. It would not upset the balance. And I know there's some worry out there of, oh, you'd hate to lose the game that way. You had every chance before that moment to win the game. You had the first 9 innings. You had the 10th inning. You had the ghost runners in the 11th and the 12th inning. You had 12 innings of baseball to win the game before that. So I don't want to hear anybody crying foul if you lose in the swing off and say how it's unfair that that's the way you lost. Guess what? You don't want to play that way? You don't want to play the swing off? You think it's disadvantageous to you to participate in that? You don't have the power hitters that other teams have? Win the game before it gets to the 13th inning. But at the end of the day, sports are supposed to be fun. Sports are supposed to be entertaining. Yes, we all take it a little more seriously than maybe we should, right? It's entirely what we do. It's what our jobs are. We overreact to things. At the end of the day, it's just a game. It's just a sport. But how many times in your backyard growing up as a kid did you make up rules while you were playing wiffle ball or while you were playing soccer or football, and you changed the rules where if you did a certain thing, it gave you more points or something? I can tell you how many times I played wiffle ball in the backyard of my best friend's house. And we didn't play with defense. We played with the chair as the strike zone. His roof was the wall. If you hit it on the roof and it bounced back, it was a double. If you hit it over the roof, it was a home run. We picked out certain things. This gutter was the foul pole. We made stuff up. That's how we did this. So to say that this isn't how baseball is supposed to be played, guess what? It's exactly what we all did as kids. We made up rules like this. I have no problem with this. The more I talk about it, the more I hear people talk about it. I am on board with this being a thing that we put into baseball. And again, not right away, not the moment we get to extra innings. Have it be a ramp up. Have that be the thing that makes sure we get out of here in a timely manner. But tap into that entertainment, because you know what? Not only is it not going to happen a lot to upset those out there that think it's not a fair way to determine a win or a loss, but because it's going to happen infrequently, it's going to be a spectacle when it does. The handful of times that it does happen over the course of a season, you are going to get that alert on your phone. Turn to MLB Network, turn to ESPN, turn to FS1, because this team is facing this team and they're in a swing off. You're going to stop what you're doing and you're going to watch it, because you're going to remember the feeling that you had in a game that didn't matter. You're going to remember how you felt watching it in the All-Star game when there was nothing on the line. Could you imagine if you are playing a series with your division rival and you're having a back and forth affair in the middle of August and it goes to this swing off and there's one game between you in the standings? For those out there that think that that is not good for the competitiveness of the game, I say you're wrong. I think that atmosphere would be electric between two rivals in one of their buildings with potentially the season at stake, and they scratch and claw and they fight for 12 innings and they get to that point, and in the 13th, we're having that swing off. You're telling me that wouldn't be all of the drama that you need? Sign me up for this. Sports are supposed to be fun. Sports are supposed to be entertaining. Don't immediately dismiss things like what we saw the other night that could be both fun and entertaining. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also join us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, is Mike Hazen about to make a mistake? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Hey listeners, it's Vince DeLisio with the Varsity Sports Show. Saturday, we kick off our fall sports preview as we'll be out at Queen Creek High School. You'll meet Bulldogs principal Scott Lovely, then chat with coaches from football, volleyball, palm and cheer, flag, swimming, golf, strength and conditioning, cross-country, badminton, and more. The Varsity Sports Show, Saturday morning, 9 to 11 on AM 1060, KDUS, Arizona.
Judas Priest and Alice Cooper. The metal gods, Judas Priest. The godfather of shock rock, Alice Cooper. October 22nd, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater with special guest, Corrosion of Conformity. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Presented by 100.7 KSLX, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Geico knows there's a home you and a road you. Right now you're hearing home you. He's not in an RV. He's at home, watching the great outdoors on TV.
For the lone gazelle, there sadly is no escape.
Meanwhile, road you always has an escape in an RV covered with Geico's added 24/7 emergency roadside service, so he can explore more of the great outdoors in real life, except maybe the ravine where the gazelle got stuck. Road you should avoid that. For more road you time, get more with Geico.
If you don't have gas in your home, but something doesn't smell good. Ew, what's that smell? If it smells like rotten eggs, there could be a leak in your neighborhood. Now what do I do? If you suspect a leak, move fast, call 911 and Southwest Gas.
From a safe location.
But I don't have natural gas in my home. Gas lines are buried all around, so even if you don't have gas. I know, call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Hi, I'm Andrew the Homebuyer. Selling your house right now the traditional way isn't so easy. The average home is taking months to sell. Fortunately, I can help. I'll come to your home and give you a cash offer within minutes. Then we can close in under 5 days. And I'll make sure you get as much money for your house as possible. Call me, Andrew the Homebuyer, today, and let's get your home sold. Visit AndrewTheHomebuyer.com. That's AndrewTheHomebuyer.com.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report and a quick recap of last night's MLB All-Star Game. Yes, I said yesterday, all All-Star games are whack. Yes, I said the only reason that I was going to watch it is because I am paid to do so. And yes, I asked, why should I care about the game if the players don't and it stopped mattering years ago? I stand by all that. But if anything, I am all about ownership, and I need to own this. That actually was not a complete waste of time. In fact, that actually was pretty fun. And yes, time well spent. Yeah, I said it. Even if the game ended in a swing off. Shoot, because the game ended in a swing off. Even if almost none of the players even knew that the swing off even existed. I'd love to break up the snark and say, I'm in favor of anything that brings that evening to an end as soon as possible. But I actually like them going penalty kick to end that game. Because for the first time in a long time, that actually was a good time. I'm Jim Rome. And you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro Refrigerant at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select AC Pro Refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. If your vehicle's AC is blowing hot air, beat the heat with AC Pro. Visit your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Varsity Sports Show with Vince DeLisio is your hub for everything high school and college sports. Join Vince and friends as they give you the full picture on student athletes and where they're heading. Live interviews with coaches across the valley.
Asking some of the tough questions.
Varsity recaps and in-depth interviews with tomorrow's sports stars. The Varsity Sports Show with Vince DeLisio. Live every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Tomorrow, second half of the baseball season begins. 2 weeks from today, it's the Major League Baseball trade deadline, and we're all keeping a very close eye on everything that is going on with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
You know what I never understand? Why do we call it the second half? They've played 98 games.
Correct. I try to, as often as possible, use air quotes around first half and second half, or say the unofficial first half and second half, because yes, we have not directly split the season in the middle. There's 162 of these games. 81 would be the number where we would split this in half. We are past the halfway point.
Like 15 games.
Yeah, it's not particularly close, but people use the All-Star break as the first half, second half divider. And this is not a problem that is baseball's alone.
No.
All the sports do this. None of the All-Star games where we discuss first half and second half occur
in the middle.
Now, football,
it's at the end.
It's at the end, so we don't run into this problem. But in baseball, yes, it is one of the quirks where people talk about the first half and the second half. And when you go to like ESPN.com and you break down the schedule, they break it down first half, second half. Like if you go on there right now and you click on the Diamondback schedule, it will not show you any of the games that they've played already. It says second half at the top, and then it has the game starting with their series tomorrow against the Cardinals. So they refer to it as the first half and second half as well. But yes, your point, well taken, duly noted. Don't know why we do this when it is not truly the middle half and half. But the second half of the season starts tomorrow night for the Arizona Diamondbacks when they take on the St. Louis Cardinals for a 3-game series. 2 weeks from today, we will be reacting to all of the craziness of the trade deadline. And perhaps it's not going to be as crazy for the Arizona Diamondbacks as we thought. Because ahead of the second half of the season, Steve Gilbert, who covers the Diamondbacks for MLB.com, put out his D-Backs Beat newsletter. And one of the blurbs of his newsletter was the likely trade deadline strategy for the Diamondbacks. And he referred to them as a light seller. Took off the table the idea of them being buyers, especially because of their run of play as of late. And then talked about how their pitching, Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly, could be moved, but they need one of them to stick around because they don't have enough pitching to fill that hole. But the more important quote was at the end, where Gilbert said the following, quote, first baseman Josh Naylor could be dealt, but third baseman Eugenio Suarez will only be traded if what they get back would be of more value than the draft pick compensation they would get for him leaving via free agency, end quote. We've said this before, that there are a couple of members of the Diamondbacks roster right now that would be eligible for the qualifying offer at the end of the season. Eugenio Suarez is one. Zach Gallen also falls into that bucket, to where if that qualifying offer, the 1-year contract, is attached, think of it like a franchise tag in some ways, is attached to those players and they go and sign someplace else, the Diamondbacks get draft pick compensation. That draft pick compensation will be in the 2026 MLB draft. Now, to me, if this is the route that they chose, if they chose to hold on to Suarez and Gallen and not make these moves because they want to give the qualifying offer out and they want to get that draft pick compensation, that to me would be a mistake, would be a grave mistake, because I am not willing to give up on 2026 the way some people are. There are people right now out there that have waved the white flag on next season already. 2025 isn't over yet, and people are already saying the next chance for this team to be relevant is 2027. I am not willing to go to those lengths yet. I am not going to throw away seasons before I've even seen the offseason be put together by Mike Hazen, by Torey Lovello, by everybody involved in the Diamondbacks front office. I am not willing to throw away that season just yet. So, this to me would be a mistake. Because by going down the hole or the path of getting draft pick compensation for Eugenio Suarez, instead of trading him, you're getting a draft pick that, producer Evan, the earliest that draft pick, the compensation pick that they get for Eugenio Suarez leaving in free agency if they offer him the qualifying offer, the earliest that player could probably contribute is 2029, maybe the end of 2028. And I am being extremely generous. That's putting somebody on the fast track. That's putting somebody on warp speed to the big leagues. They just dominate every single level. And where they're going to be picking these compensatory picks, you don't normally see somebody hit the HOV lane, the test track in that way, the fast track in that way.
Yeah, I was going to say 2030. Right. And I think that's even maybe being generous. You can't do this. You stall. All you do is you get stuck in neutral if you do this.
I would much rather take a player back in a Eugenio Suarez, Josh Naylor, any of these trades. I would rather take somebody back that is closer to the big league level. Somebody that's in AA right now, somebody that's in AAA right now, somebody that's in AAA that is blocked because of the big league roster from being able to contribute, that maybe doesn't have as high of a ceiling as that compensatory pick. But that is somebody that helps me in 2026. That is somebody that helps me in 2027. What does that compensatory pick get me? Maybe somebody who has a higher ceiling than what I'm being offered right now. But guess what? I may get higher floor players with what I'm offered here at the deadline. And to me, if this is the path that this team chooses to go down, it is them admitting what everybody else has admitted, that 2026 isn't going to matter. That 2026 is not a year to get excited about. And I'm not willing to do that yet. Now, maybe after I see what they do here at the deadline, and as we get to the winter, I see their lack of activity in putting together a roster, I'll get to that place and I'll admit, yeah, 2026 is a lost season, but I'm not throwing away seasons in July of 2025. I'm not doing it. I am not throwing away 2026. What I am doing is I'm looking at the state of my roster, the state of my organization, and I'm saying I've got a core here. I've got Corbin Carroll, who right now isn't making a whole lot, and I've only got a couple more years before that money starts to get a little more serious. I've got Ketel Marte locked up for long-term. I've got Geraldo Perdomo locked up long-term. I spent money this offseason to lock up one of my starters in Brendan Pfaadt long-term. I've got Corbin Burns here. He's more than likely going to opt into his deal, and we've got him to build around. I can't throw away seasons with that core in place. So what I would do is I'm trading one of my starters. I'm trading Josh Naylor. I'm trading Eugenio Suarez. I am giving Jordan Lawler every opportunity imaginable to show me that he should be the starting third baseman for this team in 2026. I am getting a jump start on him being an everyday player. Those reps invaluable for him to be able to hit the ground running in 2026. And I am prioritizing players that are close to the big leagues. I'm not getting some high A lottery picks. I'm not holding on to these players to get compensatory draft picks to maybe get somebody who has some super high potential that in 2031 will be a top 100 prospect and help contribute. No. I am trying to prioritize helping myself in 2026 and 2027. I am getting players that are in AA, that might end the year in AAA, that next year could contribute or are contributors in 2027, because the state of this organization from a position prospect perspective is pretty good. They've got some players that are moving through the pipeline. There's one that we talk about all the time. But there are others. There are others that are close. There are others that are very quickly going to be able to contribute to this team. Don't let this window pass by, especially when, we're going to talk about this in hour number 2 of the program, pitching is where they need the help. Do you really want to get a comp pick and draft a pitcher? Pitchers take a long time to develop, man. I'd rather get somebody who's already been going through the development process, that's in AA, that's in AAA, that with a couple of tweaks here or there, one offseason in this new pitching setup that the Diamondbacks have been trying to put together, can help contribute. So I think this would be a mistake. I think this would be a bad approach if they chose to sit on their hands and ride this season out with Eugenio Suarez and Zach Allen because, we can get a comp pick for holding on to him. The value that you are going to get in these trade returns is going to mean more than that comp pick. I cannot see a world where teams are going to offer you less than what the value of that comp pick was. So I'm not afraid or worried that this is where we're going. But if it does happen, I think it's a mistake. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, the Suns, they lack something going into 2025. But is it a good thing? That's next. The lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
James Out West, your home for sports down here in the desert. Join James and Pat the Stat Guy as they recap the weekend and dive deep into the numbers for the NFL, NBA, college sports, and more.
That's 5 seasons of 1,200 yards.
Player stats, team numbers, and contracts are just the start of the discussion for James and Pat.
He started 815 career games. He threw 749 complete games.
There's no hiding when it comes to stats. It's James Out West every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
9 Inch Nails. Live at Footprint Center, September 16th. Get tickets now at NIN.com. 9 Inch Nails, live in Phoenix. Peel It Back World Tour 2025.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
To everyone who believes a good meal can always be made even better, come try our new chicken sandwiches at Culver's.
We've taken our classic chicken sandwich and brought it to the next level. I'm talking bigger, juicier chicken with crispier, crunchier breading. And it's all served on a buttery brioche bun and topped with crisp dill pickles, creamy mayo, and fresh lettuce and tomato. Even better, you can make any sandwich your own with a few extra toppings. Throw on some real Wisconsin cheddar cheese, add thick cut bacon, or both. We'll make it fresh just for you, just the way you like it. Whether you go for crispy, spicy crispy, or grilled chicken, you're sure to enjoy your first bite and every bite after that. So are you ready to try our tasty take on a tried and true classic? We've got a table waiting with your name on it. From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Every day, savings, energy efficiency, rebates. Every day at APS, you have ways to save energy and money. We know how important it is to keep your bill as low as possible. That's why we offer programs to help you manage your energy use. Schedule a home energy checkup for savings recommendations tailored to your home. Find rebates on smart thermostats. Compare your rate plan options and switch to the plan that would have saved you the most money. Find ways to save at aps.com/brighter.
Right now at Mark Kia in Scottsdale, receive 0% APR for up to 60 months on a brand new 2025 Kia EV6.
That's right, 0%. And don't wait, because right now you can take advantage of $12,500 in current cash incentives on the 2025 EV6 and 26 EV9. Take advantage of this offer on our electric vehicles while we have a great selection and before these offers expire later this year. Go to markkia.com to see our great selection of pre-tariff pricing inventory.
The name to remember, Mark Kia, Mark Kia.
Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
We've got buy or sell coming up about 8 minutes from now because I have an inability to keep this show on schedule. Producer Evan is in my ear constantly trying to get me to go to break, and I ignore the clock all the time. I mean, we are so off schedule right now, it's not even funny.
We're really bad at the clock.
All week this week, we have been off schedule, which is funny considering nothing's going on. We can't keep this show on the rails. We can't keep it in between the lines. We can't understand that at 15 after you throw to break, 30 after you go to break. Me? Nah, I don't even look. And then I look over and I'm like 7 minutes over. I'm like, probably should go to break now. So buy or sell coming up very, very quickly. In sports, there are a lot of things that we champion, that we highlight when it comes to the elite teams, the teams that are most successful. I think of great coaching as something that everybody loves to point to. Oh, this team is so good. The Kansas City Chiefs are so sustainable because they've got Andy Reid. They've got a Mount Rushmore head coach, right? We love to point that out. We love to point out when a team's got the right culture, the right leaders. These are the things that we point to. There is another thing that falls, I think, under this umbrella, into this bucket. We love. There's not a whole lot we love more than this, but we love talking about continuity. It's one of our favorite things when picking a team that's going to make that next jump. Oh, they've got continuity. Not a whole lot of changes. Got the same coaching staff, got the same personnel, young players that are growing and maturing. Strap the rocket boosters to that team. They're off. No changes, no new parts to try to move into your system. Everything's staying the same. Everybody's speaking the same language. Everybody's on the same page. Everything's going to go in the right direction, right? Continuity. Super important. Saw a story this week on NBA.com that was the continuity rankings, breaking down the roster turnover for all 30 teams. Now, producer Evan, you remember when we first discussed this list, it was a couple of days ago, we kicked it around as an idea during a morning meeting, and I shared these numbers with you. That the Phoenix Suns were 29th out of all 30 NBA teams in the continuity rankings, meaning they had 59% of their minutes from last year are coming back. So of all the minutes they play, they got 59% returning minutes. The only team worse than them at 50% is the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the Suns also are bringing back the least amount of returning players out of anybody on this list with 8. What if I told you all of these numbers included Bradley Beal? So now they have 7 returning players. They drop below 50%, and they're in last place in their continuity. This team, the 2025-26 Phoenix Suns, have the most change to their roster out of all of the teams in the NBA. The Phoenix Suns, statistically, have undergone the biggest change to their roster. This is why we said earlier this week, the Suns followed through on their promise. We were promised change. We got it. 7 players returning from last year's team. Less than 50% of the minutes coming back to this team this year. Last place, now behind New Orleans, below 50%. Every other team bringing back more than the Phoenix Suns. But guess what? We talk about continuity as a good thing. We talk about continuity as a badge of honor. I'm glad that the Phoenix Suns don't have continuity anymore. I'm glad that they're 30 out of 30 on this list. I'm glad that they have the least amount of returning players to their roster. I'm glad that less than 50% of their minutes are returning from last season, because you watched that team last year, just like we watched that team last year. Do you want to see more of that? Do you want to see more of the same? Do you want to see the exact same script that you've seen over the last couple of years? What is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? The Phoenix Suns are telling you, we haven't gone insane. We get it. We understand. Change is required. And the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the data. They've done it. They have given us the change that we have all asked for. Now, the flip side to this, you got a lot of growing pains. You have a lot of moving parts now. Because what this doesn't include is you've got a new coach. You've got a new GM to go along with a brand new roster. So you have a lot of culture to build. You have to build that continuity. And the only thing that builds continuity is time. It's why we have long said this is not a 1 or 2 year process. This is going to take Jordan out a little bit. This is going to take Brian Gregory a little bit. They basically tried to reset without resetting. They tried to rebuild without rebuilding. Because remember, not allowed to say that word about the Phoenix Suns. But the data tells you that they're rebuilding. The data tells you that they understood where their roster was. They understood that enough was enough. And normally, you'd hate this. Normally, you would hate being at the bottom part of this list. You would hate to be Brooklyn at 28, New Orleans now at 29, Philadelphia at 27, Utah, Golden State at 23. You would hate to have that little continuity. You'd love to be. Does it surprise anybody? Oklahoma City, number 1 in the continuity rankings. 95% of their minutes are returning next year. The only team in the 90s. Minnesota at 87%. Indiana at 83%. New York at 80%. You wonder why those teams right now are all in their championship windows because of the continuity. And so, yeah, that's where you want to be. But right now, for where the Phoenix Suns are as a franchise, where the Phoenix Suns are as a organization, they need to go to the back of the line and then work their way back up the right way. Because they could be high up on this list. They could run back the group that they had last year. I don't know where it would put them. That's way too much math for me, but it would be a lot better than last. Where did that continuity get them? Where did having Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal and Devin Booker together for all that time, where did it get them? Nowhere is the answer. Not to where Oklahoma City got to. Not to where Indiana got to. Not where New York and Minnesota want to get to. Suns didn't get there. So continuity is always the end goal because continuity normally equals success. Look at Oklahoma City. But right now, for where they're at as a team, the Suns needed to hit the reset button. And for those that maybe were on the fence, skeptical about the Suns actually following through and doing what they needed to do to get this team going in the right direction, here you go. Here's your proof. They've done it. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, the hottest takes in all of sports talk radio, they are provided to us by producer Evan. We get to him next. It's Buy or Sell. It's the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
Ready to tackle each morning with the best sports information coming at you?
I'm going to take a logical approach.
Get that weekday mornings on KDUS AM 1060 from 6 to 9 a.m. with the Dan Patrick Show. Dan Patrick, the Danettes, sports icons, sports legends, celebrities, poll questions. The Dan Patrick Show has it all.
It's a crapshoot.
Be sure to lock your dials to AM 1060 or 100.7 HD2 from 6 to 9 a.m. Mornings just got better.
This story is about us.
Phoenix, are you ready to ascend? Bring Me the Horizon, USA Ascension Program, Part 1.
Every sky will build, my friend.
Taking over Footprint Center, October 2nd, with special guest
Crawling from hell.
Motionless in White, The Plot in You, and Amira El Fiki. On sale now at livenation.com. Bring Me the Horizon, presented by the Big Red Radio.
Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler here at Shane Company. Come on in, feel at home, and let's find your dream engagement ring. I'm proud to work for a company that puts customers first and lets them shop the way they want to. See, we believe shopping for an engagement ring should be fun without any of the pressure. We don't work on commission, so finding your dream ring is truly on your terms. We'll be right by your side as your friend and jeweler to help you find a ring more beautiful than you imagined and stick to your budget too. We have all of the styles and all of the smiles. You can even watch our in-house jewelers working their magic inside your neighborhood store. It's that kind of care and craftsmanship that makes Shane Company's free lifetime warranty the best in the business, saving you thousands over time and giving you peace of mind. No appointment necessary, or check us out at shaneco.com. Because a friend knows when you're ready, you're ready. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Every summer, across the valley, hundreds of our homeless neighbors die because of the heat. This is tragic, and it is preventable. None of us can stop the heat, but together we can save lives. With incredible partners like you, Phoenix Rescue Mission is able to provide life-saving water and critical care to our neighbors in need. Join us this summer and make a difference. Learn more at phoenixrescuemission.org/code red.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind. Oh my. Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
We've got a list coming in hour number 2 of the program. Producer Evan's very happy about this. We are very much leaning in to the fact that there is nothing going on in sports. So we are doing this is like if you were playing sports talk radio bingo. We are doing a list of our top 5 favorite sports movies. I'm sorry, there's nothing else going on. We're just going to have fun today. So you can either embrace the fun, you can join in on the fun, you can put together your list.
Put it in the chat.
You can destroy our lists. You've got the YouTube chat. You got the phone number. So that's coming up in hour number 2 of the program. My list is already done. Not wavering, not changing my mind at all. Locked in. Normally we do a list and I'm like, I'll move it. Not moving a thing. Keeping it exactly.
You're tied to your order
I
this time.
I am tied to my order this time.
Love that.
Buy or sell. The hottest takes in sports talk radio. From the man behind the glass, producer Evan. Then he puts me in the blender of needing to buy or sell these hot takes. What do you got today, my friend?
It doesn't matter what the D-backs do in the Cardinals series. You can't veer off course at this point.
Are you saying by veering off course, selling?
Yes.
Buy. If I had a bunch of Sounders, I would play them all at one time here.
Even if they sweep.
I do not care. This is not a playoff team. They are 3 games below 500. They are 5.5 games out of a playoff spot. So, okay. All right. You got the standings up in front of you, producer Evan? Here we go. I
got them.
You took me here. So we may not get to any of the other buy or sells.
You have. Are you ready? I got to get to the wild card section of it.
Because I want to know.
You are 5.5 games back, 3 back of the Cincinnati Reds.
Okay.
4 back of the St. Louis Cardinals.
So, okay, wait a second. You sweep the St. Louis Cardinals. You now are a 500 baseball team. You still haven't passed them in the standings.
Well,
and
you still wouldn't have passed the Reds.
And if the Reds win one of their games as well, just one, you don't pass them. So you're back to 500. Yay! 500 baseball. Fantastic. Still behind the same number of teams that you were when the All-Star break happened. No, I don't care what they do over the weekend against the Cardinals. This franchise needs to sell. Buy the take.
If the Cardinals miss the playoffs but win 10 games, the season is still a success.
You know why the long pause? You know what I hear in the back of my head?
What's that?
I just hear Michael's voice. Kyler's got to win a playoff game. Kyler's got to win a playoff game. Kyler's got to win a playoff game. Like, that's just what I hear in the back of my head. That he has to win the playoff game for it to be a successful season. Now, you've presented a different scenario where they win 10 games, they don't make the playoffs. I think that would be a failure.
Okay.
I think they have to at least make the playoffs. I am not willing to go as far as to say they need to win a playoff game. I have long said this. If they go to the postseason and Kyler plays great, but they lose on a last-second field goal, is it really Kyler's fault? Are we really going to run Kyler out of town? Again, context matters here. So I think not making the playoffs, I think there's going to be enough context for me to say he cost them or something else costed them their ability to make the playoffs, and that would make it a failure.
Interesting. I think if they win 10 games, like let's say they're 10-6, and you're going to play the Rams and that's a win and get in game for the division. And the Rams went on a last-second field goal. I think it's hard to look at Cardinals season. That's a very specific outlined situation.
If they win 10 games, I think they make the playoffs.
I do too.
So I don't know if we're going to live in that world. I think if they miss the playoffs, we're talking 9-8, 8-9, 7-10 or worse, and then that's to me where the can of worms opens up.
The way Malawach is playing in Summer League already shows that this team will be better defensively.
I mean, they certainly have put an emphasis on playing better defense, right? In the type of player that they have tried to bring in. Getting Dylan Brooks, 3-and-D guy, right? Malawach, big body rim protector. The trade for Mark Williams on draft night because we need to get better at protecting the rim. So just in just the moves that they made, they're going to be better. But yeah, young athletic players. Ryan Dunn getting more opportunity. He's probably the best defender the team has. Went down with a bit of an ankle injury during the most recent Summer League game. Also, a very athletic, big, that can play some different positions, can match up well defensively. So yes, I think they're going to be better defensively. Can I tell you something? Malawach's shot, it's a little awkward for me.
Yeah, but we knew that.
So it's a bit of an awkward form. Now, as long as they're going in, I'm not going to care, but the form is a little awkward for me.
Not comparing him, but you know what I've learned in 10 years of watching basketball consistently? Who cares? Who cares about shooting form? The greatest cares. The greatest shooter in the history of the game has what you would, by textbook definition, consider a weird shooting form.
Yeah, as long as it goes in, we're not going to care. If you shoot poorly and you have bad form,
then it's a problem.
Fair enough. Point well taken.
All right, we're at the halfway point. Air quotes, halfway point.
Yeah, halfway point.
Let's look at it. Cal Raleigh will end up hitting 60 homers and win the American League MVP.
On pace for 64 home runs, which would set a brand new American League single season record. That is going to be tough to maintain. He is a catcher. He's playing every day. His body is going to wear on him. I still think he gets to 60 just because of how great of a season he is having. Aaron Judge is on pace to have a 12-WAR season, like 11.8 or something like that. I mean, that's just unheard of.
That's absurd.
I think he's going to get the MVP if he gets to a 12-WAR season. We have said long on this program, our AL MVP, Cal Raleigh. I think if he gets to 60, there's going to be enough people that are going to defect from the Aaron Judge MVP camp to make this a close race and potentially give Cal Raleigh a shot. If he hits 64, if he breaks the single season record, if he's still playing catcher every day, how do you not make that guy the MVP? Now, I'll tell you this. Seattle's got to still play well. Seattle's got to be close in the playoff race, if not in the playoff race.
They have to make it.
If they fade from the playoff race, you can just put the hardware. You can print the shipping label now, the MVP trophy to Aaron Judge's residence.
To the other point, though, the Yankees can't keep slipping.
Well, no, they're right. Yeah, after getting swept by the Blue Jays, they lost like 6 or 7 in a row. They've seen the Blue Jays pass them. They've seen the Rays pass them. The Red Sox are nipping at their heels. So, yeah, the AL East is starting to get a little chaotic here with 2.5 months to go in the season.
In the American League, right, the Rays are just a game and a half back. Other than that, Red Sox, Yankees hold the wild card spots. All right, last one. Sticking with the MVP voting, Pete Crow Armstrong still has a real chance to win the National League MVP.
I think he's the leader right now for the National League MVP.
Technically, it's still Ohtani.
I would say Pete Crow Armstrong would be my favorite to win the MVP right now.
Okay.
So, yes. Is that a buy?
It's a buy.
I'm buying. Pete Crow Armstrong is the favorite to win the MVP in the National
So are we
League.
buying the Cal Raleigh one?
Yes.
Okay, we'll buy that. Yes. So, just so you know, you went 4-1 today, which brings you to 11-7 on the week.
Wow. So, right now, very close to 50-50. Our number one of the program in the books when we come back. If the Diamondbacks do make moves at the deadline, they need to address a very important need. We'll get to it next. It's the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Phoenix Saturday Night Soccer is calling. Join Phoenix Rising on August 2nd at 7:30 p.m. as they take on Birmingham Legion in a can't-miss summer showdown. Enjoy the popular $4 3-for-3 menu with a $4 all-beef hot dog and $3 drink specials available all game long. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours now at phxrisingfc.com. Great food, great match, all for a great price.
Breaking Benjamin. Stay forever. And 3 Days Grace. Live. October 8th at Desert Diamond Arena with special guest Return to Dust. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Don't miss Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace, presented by the Big Red Radio.
You want to see the ring? Here, I have a picture. Wow, look at you. I know, right? Went to Hellsberg and customized the whole thing. Oh, yeah? Yeah, well, I showed them all her inspiration photos, picked the setting, the diamond. It's actually pretty fun. Now for the real hard part, asking her. Well, congrats, buddy. Ring looks awesome.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. If you're shopping for an engagement ring, we want you to feel like a kid in a candy store. All of our diamonds are in stock, in-store and online, so you get to use your eyes, not your imagination. Come in and look at marquee-shaped diamonds right next to ovals and pears. As your friend and jeweler, you can trust you'll get your dream diamond at an everyday competitive price. We have the widest selection in-store and at shaneco.com, because a friend knows choosing a diamond is personal. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Summer Playfest has arrived at Harris Auction Casino. This summer, win your share of $600,000 in prizes with Caesars Rewards. Plus, join us as live bands light up the stage all season long. Then stay and play for less with our buy one, get one half off hotel rates. So stay, play, and get rewarded all summer during Summer Playfest. Only at Harris Auction Casino. Play for all. You must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700 or 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Visit the Caesars Rewards Center for details.
Get more summer for your dollar with 4 slams for under $10 each at Denny's, like the new Red, White, and Berry Everyday Value Slam. It's summer on a plate with blueberry stuffed pancakes topped with strawberries, and for under $10. Valid at participating locations. Limited time offer. Additional restrictions and surcharges may apply at some locations.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Hour number 2 of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Appreciate you joining us here today on the program. Chris Schubert with you here one more hour. We've got you till 1 o'clock. The YouTube chat wants us to talk F1. The racing, that's what they want us to talk about here to open up hour number 2 of the program. Now, again, there's nothing going on today. There is no baseball, no football, no basketball, no hockey, no soccer, no WNBA. Their all-star break is also happening this week. There is literally nothing on television tonight. So what do you do with yourself on a day like today?
If you wanted to go out to dinner, now's the time to do so.
This is the perfect time where you just go out on date night and you make up for all the times that you haven't been able to go out on date night. It's exactly what you do on a date night.
Because once football season starts.
Monday's gone, Thursday's gone, Sunday's absolutely gone. And then Saturday, I will maneuver my schedule on Saturday around ASU games.
I was going to say, but Saturday, like an ASU game, let me give you a date here. You got one, I think it's August, or no, I think it's October something.
Okay.
That you have all the good teams playing.
All right, pick the weekend.
And I am going to tell you here in 2 seconds, once I find this Instagram post.
You are right. There are those weekends that already, when the schedule comes out, everybody circles and goes, oh, that's the weekend. You just clear the schedule. You sit on the couch all day and you watch every single great college football game.
Earlier, week 1, August 30th.
Okay.
Texas, Ohio State.
That's going to be a good one.
Alabama, Florida State.
That would be a good one.
LSU, Clemson.
Sign me up.
Utah, UCLA.
Yeah, those are great. When you get weeks like that, when there's in every window, there's a game that you want to watch. Like I have the ability on my television in my office to go to a quad box. Like I can do it where I put 4 things on the screen. My fiance, my daughter will walk into the office while I'm watching games, taking notes, doing whatever I'm doing. And they look at me and they go, how are you doing this? Like, how are you paying attention to all 4 games? And I said, no, I'm not. I have the audio on the one game. The other games are there to where if we go to a commercial or if I see something out of corner of my eye, I can just very quickly change where the sound's coming from. And then I can catch that game. But I'm not watching all 4 games at the same time.
I'm a YouTube TV user.
Yeah, they just added this multi-view feature.
Exactly. So we have the 4, and then you can click one to go to that game full screen, right? So what I do is when I'm watching the Eagles, per se, I'm paying attention to the Eagles game. So when they go to commercial, I'm hitting the back button. So now I got 3 games. But can keep an eye on Eagles coming out of break. Bang, I'm back full screen for the Eagles. Bang, bang, bang.
John over on YouTube says, you let sports rule your life like that. There is DVR. John, you know what we do for a living, right? You participate in this show every single day with us. Like, yes. Now, I will tell you, there's one sport where I am more open to watching it on my phone and going out and doing other stuff, and that's baseball. There's just so many of them that I can't say, hey, for 162 days, we can't schedule anything. So I'll take the game with me. We also have a ton going on in the house. Like tonight, even though there's nothing going on, we've got softball practice that I'm going to right after I get done here in the office today. So even on a day when there's nothing going on, I still have something going on after work. But no, there are times where I'll take the phone with me, or I have a very supporting partner who, if we want to go out somewhere, she will pick a place where we know the TV will be on because she loves baseball just as much as I do. And if the game's on, she doesn't mind that I watch. Football Sundays, she doesn't like as much because that's an all-day affair. I've got all my bets written down on a piece of paper. I've got red zone. I'm pacing around the room. Like there's a lot more going on a football Sunday than there is for 3 hours watching a baseball game. So that she doesn't really love. But baseball, no, baseball's fine.
No, football, and I can't stress this enough. I love football. It is.
Oh, yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever invented. The National Football League it consumes me September through February. And it's my everything for those 5 to 6 months.
I always said I would never get married or have a wedding during football season. I'm getting married this October. I somewhat lost this battle. Now, wait a minute. Let me explain. We're getting married in the middle of the week. So we're not getting married on a weekend because I said that's not happening. Absolutely not happening. But we get married on a Tuesday this year.
I like that.
So there will be a couple of weeks in October that it will not be me hosting this program. We're working on some plans of who's going to fill in for me in my absence, but I will be gone for 2 weeks during football season.
My dad and mom's wedding anniversary is in April. It's late April. And like every few years, it falls right on draft day.
Wow.
That's tough.
That's really tough.
He thought he was getting around it.
No, that's a tough day. That's a tough day to draw.
Yeah, that's really tough.
That is a tough day to draw. 480-864-1060 is the phone number if you want to join us here today on the program. We've got a list coming up in about a half hour or so. Our top 5 sports movies. We'll do that here in a little bit. I do want to get back into the Arizona Diamondbacks because I think our big storyline that we're going to be monitoring, right? If we were doing a list of our top 5 topics, burning questions that we're paying attention to every single day here on this program, a lot of them have fallen off the list, right? Bradley Beal was a big one. Well, that's fallen off the list a little bit. For a while, it was Kevin Durant. For a while, it was who the Suns were going to hire as their next head coach, where every single day we would get a new wrinkle, a new piece of breadcrumbs, a new update to that story. Now those stories are completely off the list. So number one for me right now, the story that all of us are paying attention to is what exactly the Diamondbacks are going to do with the trade deadline. We just said this during Buy or Sell at 47-50. I don't care what they do against the Cardinals over the weekend. Even if you give them the best case scenario, still behind all those teams, still just barely at 500 for the season. That's not enough to make me waver and move back to, teams got to buy. I'm not going to do that. I have too big of a sample size in the other direction. But we're starting to learn a little bit more about what this team may prioritize if they choose to sell at the deadline. Because Mike Hazen, at the All-Star game, All-Star break, had a conversation with Mike Hazen. Nick Pecoro had a conversation with Mike Hazen at the All-Star festivities, talking about what their plans might be, talking about what direction they might go in. And just as we have mentioned countless number of times before, Mike Hazen is a realist. Mike Hazen says things without actually saying things, right? He says things, and we have read between the lines, and we've told you this is a guy who understands that this team is not going to buy. And so Hazen spoke with Nick Pecoro at the All-Star festivities and used phrases like they're running out of time, that they need to play pretty exceptional to get back into a position to buy. Again, making it very clear to all of us that this team is going to be a seller at the deadline. Now, Pecoro, in his story, went on to say that if they do sell, that they will prioritize adding pitching that they can control beyond this season. They're already going to be down Corbin Burns next year. They already have Tommy Henry and Blake Walston, who've had UCL surgeries. Justin Martinez and AJ Puck both have had Tommy John surgery. They're going to lose Merrill Kelly and Zach Allen in free agency. Yes, they could bring one or both of those guys back if they wanted to, but those guys are going to test the market. They are going to hit free agency. So going into next season, they've got 3 guys right now in their 5 spots because Corbin Burns is going to miss the rest of the year. They've got Brandon Pfaadt, they have Eduardo Rodriguez, and they have Ryan Nelson. They don't have other controllable pitching. Their prospect system is weighted more towards the hitting side. Jordan Lawler, Gino Groover, Tommy Troy, Drew Jones. They've got more big-time position prospects. I don't know this off the top of my head, Producer Evan, so if you can look this up. I would imagine that in MLB's top 10 prospects for the Arizona Diamondbacks, 7 of the 10 are probably hitters, would be my guess. 70% would skew towards the hitting side. Maybe it's more than that. I mean, I just named 4. I didn't name a couple of their picks from the last couple of years that are top prospects in their system. They are skewed more towards the hitting side with their top end prospects. How'd I do?
You're off.
Oh, really?
Yes.
There's more pitching in there than I thought?
No.
Oh, there's more hitting.
Yeah. It's 9 hitters, 1 pitcher.
So it actually makes my point for me even stronger. They are a team that is weighted more towards hitting prospects that are closer to contributing, or hitting prospects that have a higher ceiling. Where they lack is on the pitching side. So yeah, they're going to prioritize getting back arms that can fill in some of those holes, arms that can help fill those 2 spots next season. What did we say the priority should be a couple of weeks ago? Trade for players that are close. Trade for players that can contribute in 2026 and 2027. Well, guess what? Guess what area the Diamondbacks need players that can contribute next year more than anywhere else on their roster? In their rotation. That is the spot where they need the most help next year. Do they have a first baseman for next season? I could see Pavin Smith playing there. Do they have a second baseman for next year? Yeah, Ketel Marte. Do they have a shortstop? Yeah. Do they have a third baseman? Yeah. They have 1 outfielder right now that I believe in. They've got a catcher. A DH. They've got a bunch of hitters who they could find spots for to be a DH. One of their young players, if they want to give them everyday reps, they can be a DH. So they've got a lot of the hitting side of this equation down. Where they struggle, where they lack, is in their big league ready pitching, but more importantly, in their pipeline of pitching. Producer Evan, do you still have their top prospect list open?
I do.
They have 1 pitcher inside the top 10.
Yes, they do.
That pitcher is where on the list?
5.
So they have 1 pitcher inside their top 5. Where is the next pitcher then after the player that is at number 5?
11.
Okay. So you start to get a pitcher then outside the top 10, but you've got 2 in the top 11. Number 12 a pitcher as well?
Nope. Number 13 is, though.
So 2 of your top 12 prospects are pitchers.
And then you have 1 at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's where you're going to run pitchers.
So more towards the back part of your top 25 prospects, your top 30 prospects is where the pitchers skew. And most of the time, when you are on that list towards the back part, you're guys that don't have a high ceiling, or you're guys that are very far away from contributing. So I'm not surprised that if and when the Diamondbacks choose to sell at this deadline, that they are going to prioritize arms, because it is the priority of their big league roster. It is the priority of their minor league system. They've got hitting replacements ready to go. They've got prospects next year, 27, 28, 29. Every year, there's probably going to be a bat in the Diamondback system that's going to be knocking on the door, ready to contribute. They've got guys, a person that I've just lost sight of because of everything else that's going on. They've got Adrian Del Castillo, who's coming off of an injury. He could play first base for them next season. Pavin Smith could be the DH. Adrian Del Castillo can be your starting first baseman, because I don't know if they love him behind the plate long term. So they've got a guy, a hitting prospect in their system who came up last year and did pretty solidly in his run that he gave them in the second half last year, that could be a part of their answer next year. On the pitching side, you don't have a guy like that. You don't have somebody that can just fill into that spot, the two spots that this rotation has right now. Pitching, pitching, pitching. That is the name of the game for the Diamondbacks. But Mike Hazen, once again, it's like the third or fourth time we've played you or we've read comments from Mike Hazen. And every single time it is the same message. This team is going to sell. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, the Suns, while they haven't officially done it yet, we know that there's a lot of cap space, a lot of apron space coming their way. Perhaps we know what they're going to do with it. That's next, the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Hey listeners, it's Vince DeLisio with the Varsity Sports Show. Saturday, we kick off our fall sports preview, as we'll be out at Queen Creek High School. You'll meet Bulldogs principal Scott Lovely, then chat with coaches from football, volleyball, palm and cheer, flag, swimming, golf, strength and conditioning, cross-country, badminton, and more. The Varsity Sports Show, Saturday morning, 9 to 11 on AM 1060, KDUS, Arizona.
The Mazda More to Move You sales event is going on now at Mark Mazda in Scottsdale. Right now, receive 1.9% financing for up to 60 months on the brand new 2025 Mazda CX-50 or CX-50 Hybrid.
Or receive $10,000 off the top of MSRP when you lease a brand new 2025 Mazda CX-70 or CX-90 plug-in hybrid. Think of how low your payment will be with those savings. Go to markmazdascottsdale.com.
The name to remember, Mark Mazda, Mark Mazda, on approved credit plus $998.50.
The Offspring. Supercharged worldwide in 25. One unforgettable summer night. The Offspring, live in Phoenix. With special guests Jimmy Eat World and Newfound Glory. Playing Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater August 27th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. 3 great bands. 1 incredible show. Part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed, all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com, A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. NBA Summer League is fun, but it's basketball in July. Highlights and hype, hot takes. So let's take a breath before we crown the next superstar. Every year, somebody goes for 30 points, and we convince ourselves we found the next hidden gem. Back in 2007, Marcus Banks dropped 42. Von Wayford, same summer, same scoring outburst. Neither sniffed an all-star game. Just 2 years ago, Marcus Sasser poured in 40.
Today's a role player in Detroit. Summer League is a proving ground, but not the proving ground. It's a place where second rounders get touches. Rookies shake off rust and coaching staff test lineups that probably won't see the regular season. So enjoy it all. And just remember, success in July doesn't guarantee anything come October. If it did, Marcus Banks would be in Springfield by now. So watch with curiosity, but leave your crystal ball at home. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. You ever go car shopping and just walk back to your old car and say, you know what? You're not so bad. Maybe a new paint job, maybe fix up those dents and dings. New car prices are going crazy now. Interest rates, prices, everything is up. Maaco can make your current ride look like new. Paint touch-ups, dent repairs, fresh bumper. It's a little like a car makeover is what it is. At Maaco, they make it easy. Come in for a free estimate, and their expert technicians will handle the rest. Quick turnaround, by the way. Real value. That's what Maaco does. And we're keeping our cars longer. So make your current ride feel new again. Before you shell out for something new, make your old look new. With Maaco's national reach and community focus, you're not just getting top-notch service. You're actually getting a partner you can trust. Go to Maaco.com today. You'll find a shop near you and book an appointment. That's Maaco, MAACO.com. And remember, better get Maaco.
The Varsity Sports Show with Vince D'Alessio is your hub for everything high school and college sports. Join Vince and friends as they give you the full picture on student athletes and where they're heading. Live interviews with coaches across the valley.
Asking some of the tough questions.
Varsity recaps and in-depth interviews with tomorrow's sports stars. The Varsity Sports Show with Vince D'Alessio. Live every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
The list of our 5 favorite sports movies of all time coming up in about 10 minutes. Are you done with your list, Producer Evan? Locked in, ready to go?
Locked in with my list. We are ready to go. I think some of my lists could surprise you.
Are you concerned at all? Because on this program, you tend to be the butt of a lot of jokes for everybody. I, as the leader, I think they avoid going after me. I don't know why, but I think they just choose to not go after the fearless leader of the program. They just go after you. You are in some ways the court jester of this program. Are you worried at all that your list is going to be picked apart and gone over with a fine-tooth comb? Are you nervous
worried?
at all?
No, because I know ball. I know good films.
See,
and
I think you're setting yourself up for failure by comments like that.
Listen, I stand by one of these won Best Picture. One of these has 2 of the greatest actors of our generation.
Easy.
I just stand by my list.
Don't give away the list before we do the list. I just wanted to know your confidence level and if you're worried at all about the backlash that you may get. Because you get way more backlash on this show than I do. Way more.
100%.
So
listen, I get it. I'm the new guy. I understand why I get as much backlash. But so far, I feel like I'm batting at a pretty good clip over here.
Okay. So you're confident going into the list.
I'm confident in my movie list.
Okay. The Phoenix Suns haven't officially waived and stretched Bradley Beal just yet. That they have until August in order to do so. The expectation is that that's what they're going to do. It just creates so many new opportunities for them. They get under the luxury tax. They get under both aprons. All of the things that everybody else is able to do because they're not a first apron team or they're not a second apron team then would be available to the Phoenix Suns. So that new cap space, the ability to aggregate salaries, all of it then becomes available to the Phoenix Suns. And many of us, myself included, are wondering what they're going to do with this newfound space. Are they going to use this year as a sort of reset season, get under those aprons, get under that luxury tax, don't have a big tax bill, save yourself a little bit of money in a year where things competitively aren't going to go your way, right? No one thinks they're going to compete and be relevant at the top end of the Western Conference. And then when you're ready to be competitive, or you feel like that it's the right time to add, then you've shown that you'll go past the luxury tax. You'll go past both aprons. That Ishbia doesn't care about that, but it's just all about the timing, right? Doing it at the right time. That is one thing that they can do now that they're under all of these aprons, now that they're under the luxury tax. Or the moment that they get this cap space, they could have a big move planned that will take them right above the luxury tax, right above the first apron, maybe right up against the second apron or past it, because that's just the way Matt Ishbia wants to operate. He doesn't want to rebuild. He doesn't want to reset. It is just go, 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 proving what I said yesterday wrong about learning from your mistakes of Bradley Beal and that actually being a positive. And everything I said yesterday would go out the window if that was the case. Well, perhaps we are getting an understanding of one of the things that this team is considering with this newfound space. This from Jake Fisher, who works with Mark Stein on the Steinline Substack page. Quote, sources say Phoenix, meanwhile, is the latest team to express exploratory interest in a Kuminga sign-and trade. Challenging as it would be for the Suns to make such a deal happen, fresh off completing a buyout of Bradley Beal this week, enabling the Suns to waive and stretch the hefty contract possessed by the three-time NBA All-Star guard. They have contacted both Kuminga's representation and the Warriors to make their fondness for the bouncy swingman known. Made their fondness known. Can't tell you last time I've had that be a way for a team's interest in a player described. But the Suns have apparently reached out to Jonathan Kuminga's camp, to the Warriors side of things, to say, hey, we're interested. If you want to trade Jonathan Kuminga, we're interested. Don't know how it would work. We'd have to work through that, but we are interested. Now, he's a 3-4 swing combo player at that position, depending on what type of lineup they want to put out there. He can play the 3, he can play the 4, bouncy, athletic, probably fits very much with what the Suns are trying to do. But the thing that I can't get out of my head is this just logjam positionally that this organization is creating everywhere right now. They still have somewhat of a issue with Jalen Green and Devin Booker, kind of redundant. They have Royce O'Neal and Ryan Dunn and Dylan Brooks, and some of that has some redundancies in it. If they add Jonathan Kuminga to that group, there's also some more redundancies there. So that feels like they're going to trade Grayson Allen or Royce O'Neal in order to make one of these, to make this type of move happen, because you got Ryan Dunn, you've got Oso who's going to play the 4, just a lot of redundancies built into this roster. And a move like this would have to clear the way for them to solve some of these redundancies, to solve some of these positional logjams. Because with or without this move, they have that issue. Now, it feels like right now they're going to go with Devin Booker as their point guard, Jalen Green as their 2 guard. So that's how they're going to solve that problem. I don't know yet how they're going to solve the Ryan Dunn, Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, Oso Ighodaro, all the centers that they have, piecing all of that together and what those lineups and rotations are going to look like. They're just not going to they're not going to be able to make all of this fit together. So while the player I like, the move I would like, don't know if I would love trading for him, giving him the brand new contract and going back over these aprons and being right back in the same spot that you were in prior. I don't know if I love that, but I like the player. I would like the fit alongside Jalen Green and Devin Booker with the big men that they've brought in, but you got to solve the logjam. You have to figure out what you're going to do with some of these players who you can't guarantee significant minutes. You can't guarantee the role that they had previously. Right now, if we had to guess, what do we think the starting lineup would be for the Phoenix Suns going into next season? I know that during a summer league game, I saw Dwayne Rankin tweet this out. I think it was yesterday. I thought it was last night that I saw him tweet out that ESPN put up a graphic during the summer league game of the potential starting lineup, the potential depth chart for the Phoenix Suns going in to next season. And it had Devin Booker, Jalen Green, Royce O'Neal, Dylan Brooks, and Mark Williams as the starting 5. So Ryan Dunn coming off the bench, Grayson Allen coming off the bench, Fleming, Brea, Malawach, Richards, Ighodaro. And they're 4 deep at the center spot right now on this projected depth chart going into next season. 4. That log jam's going to be broken. And I think that log jam gets broken by Nick Richards going somewhere, right? And I think they then move another piece with Nick Richards to kind of fill this out a little more. Because if you move Richards and Royce O'Neal and some other pieces, and instead it's Devin Booker, Jalen Green, Jonathan Kuminga, Dylan Brooks, and Mark Williams, can I share a hot take with everybody? I kind of like that starting 5.
I was just about to say that. That doesn't feel like a bad starting 5.
Feels like a team that could be competitive.
It feels like a team that could win 42 games.
With the young players coming off the bench, right? Fleming, who they drafted.
They're certainly deeper than last year.
Right. So the more I talk this out loud, I don't hate it. The problem that needs to be solved with it, though, is you've got 4 centers on your roster right now. You bring in Kuminga, you've now got 6 players for 2 spots. You do have some roster maneuvering that you need to do. And I don't know what the Warriors would ask for. I don't know if they're even interested in trading him. They might ask for Ryan Dunn and Oso Ighodaro, and I'm good. I don't think I would do that.
Hang up the phone.
I'm hanging up the phone, right? I don't think I would do that if I'm the Phoenix Suns. But if there's a world where I can dump Royce O'Neal and Richards and maybe some of those second-round picks that I got from all the trades that I've made, and that's how I get Kuminga, I think I'd like that. I think I'd like what that would do to this lineup. So file it away. Keep an eye on it. Don't know if it's going to happen. Don't know if it's not going to happen, but just something to file away and keep an eye on. And again, further proving that if the Suns do have another move in them, it also needs to go along with a move that solves some of this logjam that they have on their roster.
It's quite the logjam.
They've got a logjam in a couple of spots. Center is one. The 2 guard is another. They just got some stuff that they need to work through here.
There's been a logjam at 2 guards for 5 years.
Well, forever. Yeah, there's been a logjam there since the moment Bradley Beal got on this roster. 480-864-1060 is the phone number. You're going to need it because coming up next, we are doing a list. The top 5 sports movies. Yes, on a day where there's nothing going on in sports, we've decided we are going to rank our sports movies because maybe that's what you're going to do tonight. You're going to watch a movie. You're going to throw something on. You're going to relax. Maybe you want to take some inspiration from what we're doing here. Producer Evan's been wanting to do this all week. I promised that we would sneak it in here at some point, so we'll do it today. Our list, top 5 sports movies coming up next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
James Out West, your home for sports down here in the desert. Join James and Pat the Stat Guy as they recap the weekend and dive deep into the numbers for the NFL, NBA, college sports, and more.
That's 5 seasons of 1,200 yards.
Player stats, team numbers, and contracts are just the start of the discussion for James and Pat.
He started 815 career games. He threw 749 complete games.
There's no hiding when it comes to stats. It's James Out West every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
It's back to school season and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team, we can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes, teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Hosier presents the Unreal Unearthed Tour 2025, live in Phoenix. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater, October 7th. With special guest, Amble. Get tickets now at livenation.com. The #1 album, Unreal Unearthed, is available everywhere. For more, visit hosier.com.
Bank of America is the nation's leading business lender, and we're ready to help with your next goal here in Phoenix. That's why we have over 3,700 local business specialists across the country. Because with the right team, your business and community prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
This is Desert Diamond West Valley, where there's next level action and jackpot winning smiles all around. So get your shine on, light up the room, show us what it's all about. It's the $250,000 Heat is Rising Thursdays in July, 3 to 7 p.m. 2 hourly winners take home red hot cash from $1,000 up to $250,000. It's time to live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino West Valley.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Hey, it's Austin Clark, owner of Moxie Pest Control. You know, most pest control companies use the same products we do. That's not the difference. But what is the difference is how we treat people. At Moxie, kindness counts, and it shows in every visit, every conversation, and every one of the 6,500 plus 5-star Google reviews our customers have written. Our field experts aren't just trained to handle pests. They're trained to treat your home, your family, your pets, and your time with the kind of respect you deserve. And our services come with a pest-free guarantee. Our methods and service just work better because our people are better. So if you want a pest control company you can trust in and around your home, give us a call. We offer same-day services in most cases, and we'll even give you 50% off your first service when you call. Call 888-MOXIE-10. That's 888-MOXIE-10. Moxie Pest Control, the highest and most reviewed pest control company in Arizona.
Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
A lot of lists this week on the program. So much so that we've got new music for the list segment. We've got brand new music. I'll put it in the background now while we're getting ready here. Top 5 sports movies. Now, I know this is going to bother a lot of people. Like, I know that this list that we're going to share with everybody is going to probably make some people angry. Now, if a movie didn't make my top 5 that you think should make my top 5, there's a 75% or greater chance it's because I didn't see it.
I have a couple honorable mentions.
Do you want to do those first? This is your idea. You've been wanting to do this all week long.
My honorable mentions go as, well, we'll start with, I didn't know if this counted because otherwise it'd be other lists.
Cars? You want to put Cars on the
No. Awesome movie, but didn't know if this counted, but Gladiator. If we're counting Gladiator as a sport, I mean, that's one, but I didn't think it counted, so I didn't put it on.
I think it was a good thing to make it an honorable mention instead of putting it on your list.
My other honorable mentions, Major League, which I love, is a fun watch. Tin Cup, one of the great golf movies. And also, all I know is if this movie's on, I'm not turning it off, but it didn't end up on my list as The Sandlot.
Okay. I think a reasonable, honorable mention. Now, movies that I considered that did not make the list. 42 was a consideration.
That was same with me.
I tried to get a wide-ranging sports array here. I didn't try to just pile up on one sport. Space Jam I considered. I'll make that an honorable mention as well. And I did not have a golf movie, unfortunately. Sorry.
Not Caddyshack or Happy Gilmore.
No, Caddyshack's not good.
I mean, that's crazy.
I've seen it. It's not good.
Okay. All right, you want to go 5-5 here?
This is your list. You wanted to do this. You go first.
Okay. My 5th movie. Not one a lot of people know probably. 2010, Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale.
Okay.
The Fighter. Awesome movie. Boxing movie about the Ward brothers, Mickey and Dickie Ward. Mickey trying to get a fight for the belt, fight for the title. Awesome movie. Worth a watch.
I have zero issue with this. I've never seen it. Zero issue with you getting a boxing movie in there. I considered Rocky as well at some point to try to get that on the list. I did not get that on any of my versions of this list, but not a bad number 5. My number 5, and it's down this low because I wanted to have a comedy on here. I wanted to make sure that I had different kinds of sports movies on this list. So at number 5 Have Dodgeball a true underdog story on my top 5.
I thought about it for so
movies
long. It's my favorite sports comedy, I think.
It is really good. It is incredibly quotable. It has some all-time great just quotes. He can dodge a wrench. He can dodge a ball. The 5 Ds of dodgeball. Patches a Houlihan. The sign falling on him when they're going through the casino floor in Vegas. Joni loves Chachi, and Ben Stiller throws the ball. Everything about that movie is hysterical. One of those remote drops. If it's on, I will stop and watch it. I put that at number 5.
I like that. I think that's a good one. That's one I seriously considered.
Again, didn't want to put it higher up because it's a comedy. There's a ceiling on comedy movies. But Dodgeball's a sport. It's a fun movie. I wanted it on the list. I put it at number 5.
Number 4, I think a consensus pick for a lot of people. Remember the Titans. It's hard to keep it off your list, I think. As far as football movies, I think it's probably the cream of the crop. Remember the Titans at 4.
Number 4 for me, it's a movie that you put in your honorable mention. And I'll tell a quick story. For the longest time, I did not watch this movie. I didn't watch it as a kid. Everybody told me, you got to watch this movie. You got to watch this movie. And I'm the type of person, when everybody tells me to do something, now I'm not doing it. I'm not taking part in your reindeer games because now you have poisoned the pool, right? Because now I'm going to watch this movie and everybody told me that it's great. So if I don't like it now, I've created drama for myself. My daughter wanted to watch it. She had never seen it before. I said, you know what? My kid wants to watch it. This is the perfect time to watch this movie for the first time. The Sandlot, number 4 for me. That movie is fantastic.
Fantastic. Movie is awesome. Another quotable one.
Oh, we got Benny the
Small
Jet.
what?
I mean, it's great. It's great.
Number 3, baseball movie for me as well. I don't care that it's fantasized. I don't care that they didn't talk that they had the American League MVP or the pitching staff. It is Brad Pitt, it is Jonah Hill, and it is perfection, and that's Moneyball.
That's your number 3.
That's my number 3.
My number 3, the greatest ice hockey movie ever made. That is a story of potentially one of the greatest Olympic triumphs in sports history. Give me Miracle at number 3. The drama again. The speech in the locker room where he flips over the table, gets them all ready to go. Just a great job telling that story of the 1980 Olympic hockey team in Lake Placid, New York. Just an incredible movie. I have it at number 3.
I have that at number 1.
Okay.
My number 2, another boxing movie.
Wow, you
had
had
to put it on the
boxing movies.
2 boxing movies, which is my highest sport. I think I put on there. Rocky.
So you did find a way to sneak
the original
Rocky,
Rocky,
okay.
1977 Best Picture Award winner. I mean, there's not a movie in sports that set up a franchise quite like Rocky did. You did 6 Rockies, and now you have Creed, which I also think are good movies. You've created a 9-movie stretch by one Best Picture in 1977. It has to be on the list, and for me, it's number 2.
Number 2 is the greatest baseball movie I have ever seen. It has great actors. It tells a great story. It tells the story of the modern game of baseball. You had it lower on your list. Moneyball, number 2 for me. The scene when they're making the trade, Jonah Hill gives the fist bump. He's on the phone with the owner of the A's trying to get the money approved. The scene where they're trying to tell Scott Hatteberg how to play first base. Tell him, Wash. It's extremely difficult. Again, another great quotable movie, a great story for those of us that, were 6 when that version of the Oakland A's was doing the things that they were doing. I don't care that it's maybe taking the story and turning it up a little bit and maybe dramatizing it a little bit. It's acted very well, has some great characters. I love the scene where he points. Yes, when I point at you, you speak. Just a great movie that you want to talk about the ultimate remote drop. Number 2 and number 1 are, if that movie is on. There are times where I've seen Moneyball be available on a flight that I'm taking, and even though I've seen it 300 times previously, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it.
Awesome. It is a perfectly done baseball movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It really is. The cast, the crew, it's really well done. Your number 1?
Well, what's your number 1?
My number 1 was Miracle, which we touched on, but I'll get into it again. It is the greatest sporting event ever played.
Yes.
It is the greatest pregame speech ever shown on video, to the point where my friends in college would watch that speech before we went out.
Oh, that you want to get motivated for anything? You watch that.
Like, that is transcends generations. Yep. It's so perfect. It's such a perfect movie that encapsulates exactly what that team meant to them, but also to the entire country. It's the game, the moment, the recreation, to get Al Michaels' call in there. It's perfect.
My number one, the greatest football movie ever made. A movie that isn't just important for the football part of it, and is a great sports movie because of that, but the historical importance of this movie and the story and the message that it tells. There is never a time where I watch the movie and I don't get emotional towards the end of it. Remember the Titans is my number one movie. It is Denzel Washington is absolutely incredible in the movie. The cast is absolutely insane. And it is just a great story, a great message telling the history of what it was like during that time in sports, in life, in the world. And it is my favorite sports movie ever, number one on my list.
I thought of one honorable mention that I forgot.
Okay.
That I don't think you've probably seen.
Okay.
Real Steel. You ever seen this movie?
I have no idea what you're referring to.
It is a robot boxing movie.
Man, just you find a way to get another boxing movie on there.
It is perfect. It is so good. You have to watch it.
Recapping our list. Number 5 for me, Dodgeball. Number 4, The Sandlot. Number 3, Miracle. Number 2, Moneyball. Number 1, Remember the Titans.
For me, number 5, The Fighter. Number 4, Remember the Titans. Number 3, Moneyball. Number 2, Rocky. Number 1, Miracle.
You want to weigh in on our lists? You can do so. 480-864-1060, or you can join us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. This is somewhat related, but Michael over on YouTube says, watch Die Hard every Christmas, LOL. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is.
And I do watch it around the holiday season. Almost every
I only
year.
watch it in December.
No, I'll watch it anytime it's on. That's another remote drop for me.
Really?
That movie's incredible. Yeah, I love that movie.
I like that movie a lot. It's not a remote drop.
Oh, it's a remote drop. And again, I don't know if I've shared this opinion on this show before, but the reason why it is a Christmas movie is not just because Christmas is going on, but Christmas is a central theme to the plot. The movie doesn't happen without it being Christmas.
That is exactly why
they're at a Christmas party, right? It is Christmas. That is why the cop is working that shift. There's so many parts of the movie that don't happen without it being Christmas. I don't care that the movie was released in July. It is a Christmas movie because there are so many Christmas elements that make the whole thing go.
The main point of the movie,
yes,
the reason it happens
is because they are there for a Christmas party. Nothing that happens in the movie could happen unless they were all there for a Christmas party, ergo Christmas movie. Because all the other Christmas movies that everybody likes to talk about, what is the central theme? It's Christmas time. 480-864-1060 is the phone number. When we come back, one more before we get out of here, the leftovers, all the stories that we didn't get to throughout the course of the program. We'll do it next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Ready to tackle each morning with the best sports information coming at you?
I'm going to take a logical approach.
Get that weekday mornings on KDUS AM 1060 from 6 to 9 a.m. with the Dan Patrick Show. Dan Patrick, the Danettes, sports icons, sports legends, celebrities, poll questions. The Dan Patrick Show has it all.
It's a crapshoot.
Be sure to lock your dials to AM 1060 or 100.7 HD2 from 6 to 9 a.m. Mornings just got better.
This story is about us.
Every summer, across the valley, hundreds of our homeless neighbors die because of the heat. This is tragic, and it is preventable. None of us can stop the heat, but together we can save lives. With incredible partners like you, Phoenix Rescue Mission is able to provide life-saving water and critical care to our neighbors in need. Join us this summer and make a difference. Learn more at phoenixrescuemission.org/code red.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. Saturday, October 25th. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pileup. Tickets from $30. On sale now at livenation.com. A day to remember. Yellow Card. Part of the American First Credit Union Concert Series.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
You'll be one smart cookie when you try Bluebell Cookie Cake Ice Cream. A sweet cream ice cream loaded with chocolate chip cookie cake pieces and swirls of chocolate and vanilla icing. This cookie cake ice cream really takes the cake.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Fry's food stores and all Walgreens.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh, my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays, 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Welcome back into the program. One more before we're out of here, handing things off. Easy for me to say. Jim Rome at the top of the hour. But before we do that, the leftovers, all the stories we didn't get to. And today feels like it's going to be a very leftovers. Like what actually is there out there for us to discuss in the leftovers that we didn't already discuss throughout the course of the program? But that's where producer Evan comes in. So what do you got today, my friend?
Well, we're going to start with people in the YouTube chat, specifically Brian.
Oh, no.
Want to know about your running progress yesterday. Oh, no.
All right, so here's what happened. So, I got home yesterday, and I was alerted to something that I did not know we had as a family. We had an extra birthday dinner last night. So I had to go to said extra birthday dinner, and I got home late. So I apologize, but no, we did not run yesterday.
Are you starting today, or just going to wrap it up and on this week?
We're going to start at some point, okay?
We're going to punt on this week and just start next week.
I think we're going to start fresh next week, but we're going to get there.
I like that. You need a Monday. You need a Monday to start. But hey,
so I get to where this birthday dinner was last night. It was at my in-laws' house. I walk in the door. My father-in-law, my future father-in-law, he'll be my father-in-law in October. He says, "What's up, softy?" So now he's in on the bit because he was listening to the show yesterday. I can't avoid this anywhere I go. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm surrounded by this. And then I got my fiance saying, "You're not running a half marathon. You're not running a 5K. You missed your chance." So now I have to do this to prove everybody wrong, but I can't even get out there to start running. We're going to do this. We are going to do this.
We're rooting on you. We're rooting you on.
No, in fact, I don't think any of you are. I think you want me to continue to fail because it's good humor for all of you.
John says there was no rain.
He's correct. There was no rain last night.
Okay. Mike Williams has officially announced his retirement from the NFL this morning. Only 30 years old.
Yeah, a lot of injuries.
Really a shame.
That derailed his career, right? Only 30, but when healthy, you thought this is a productive receiver who can put up 1,000 yards, can be a red zone threat, right? Big-bodied guy. You could just throw that fade route to the back part of the end zone by the goalpost or by the pylon, and he's just going to go up there and get it. But yeah, I mean, at some point, you just got to take care of yourself, right? You can't keep beating down your body. You're 30 years old. You've got an entire life that you're trying to live. And Mike Williams has made a decent amount of money. And I think he just looked at it and said, if I keep doing this, I am not going to be able to enjoy the things later in life that I want to enjoy. And so anytime somebody makes that decision, you know it was a difficult one. You know that they didn't come to it with ease. It took them a lot of time to come to that place. And so I hope that Mike Williams is content with his decision. He's happy with his decision. And I hope the best for him in his future.
It is really sad. I mean, he was a guy coming out that I loved out of Clemson, and I thought he was great in his first few years in the league, and just never really was able to stay healthy, and it is such a shame. Fox Sports wrote a fun article this morning. The best swing-off lineups for all 30 teams. So 3 players that they think would be the best for each team in the swing-off.
Okay.
Do you want to go through some of the teams?
What I would love to do is I would love for you to go through the teams because I haven't seen this list and I'd like to guess.
Okay. Yeah, so let's start with the AL East. Or do you want to start with the NL? Let's just do the NL.
Sure.
We'll do the NL.
We don't have a ton of time here.
Yeah, so that's NL East, Atlanta Braves.
The Atlanta Braves would have Ronald Acuna Jr.,
of course.
Matt Olson,
of course.
And Marcell Ozuna.
Bang, 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 all 3. The Miami Marlins, good luck.
They would have Kyle Stowers. They would have name another Miami Marlin. Good luck with that. They have a guy. I have no idea. I'm not even
Agustin Ramirez.
Okay, yeah, he would be one, yes.
And Jesus Sanchez.
Okay, fine with that list.
Yep.
I was never going to get those names, but I know who those players are. Yes, that's fine.
The New York Mets.
The New York Mets would have Pete Alonso.
Of course.
Juan Soto.
Yep.
And Francisco Lindor.
Bang. Got all 3. The Philadelphia Phillies. Bang.
This is easy. This is Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos.
Got it. The Washington Nationals.
The Washington Nationals. James Wood.
Yes.
Josh Bell is there, right?
Yeah, but not on the list.
Really? Okay. That was going to be my sneaky one.
I thought that's who.
Yeah.
I can't believe, honestly, because he's not a home run hitter.
Do they have Abrams down?
They have Abrams. I just don't think he would do well on that.
No. And then Ruiz?
Nathaniel Lowe.
Nathaniel Lau. Yes, that's not a bad one either. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Moving to the NL Central. The Chicago Cubs.
The Chicago Cubs would have Kyle Tucker.
Yes.
They would have Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yes.
Wow, the hesitation there concerned me. And they would have, who else hits a ton of home runs for them? Seiya Suzuki?
Pete Crow Armstrong over Michael Busch in that event would be dumb.
This year I would put Pete Crow Armstrong in there. He's just found a ton of power, and I would kind of ride the momentum there.
That's fair. The Cincinnati Reds.
The Cincinnati Reds. Okay, I can do this. Joey Votto, Brendan Phillips, and Scott Rowland. No? None of those guys are there anymore. They would have Spencer Steer. They would have Ellie De La Cruz. And they would have Matt McClain.
Got it. The Milwaukee Brewers.
The Milwaukee Brewers would have Christian Yelich.
Yep.
They would have Jackson Churios.
Of course.
And they would have Contreras.
Rhys Hoskins.
Oh, Contreras not in the swing-off lineup?
Not in the swing-off lineup.
I felt so good. I was going to go 9 for 9.
Okay. The Pittsburgh Pirates.
Sure. Good luck. O'Neal Cruz.
Yes.
Brian Reynolds.
Of course.
Andrew McCutcheon.
Get bang.
I mean, those are the only 3 Pirates I can probably. Adam Frazier's not there anymore, so I can't name him.
The St. Louis Cardinals.
I
think you should get the first 2 and the third one.
Nolan Arenado.
Yep.
Nolan Arenado. And then I need to name 2 more Cardinals. I want to name Tommy Edman. He's not there. I want to name Paul Goldschmidt. He's also not there. Is Mason Wynn on this list?
He's not.
Wow, they don't have Mason Wynn in there.
You want me to give you this one?
Contreras. And then
I'll give you this one. Burleson.
Nate Burleson. He's having a really good year, hitting for a ton of power this year. That's not surprising at all.
The Arizona Diamondbacks.
The Arizona Diamondbacks would have Corbin Carroll.
Yes.
Ketel Marte.
Yep. He's on the roster today.
Josh Naylor.
No.
Lourdes Gurriel.
Eugenio
Suarez. Sorry. He should have been a lot.
The Rockies, I'll give you Hunter Goodman, Ryan McMahon, and Mickey Moniak.
I could have gotten there. Maybe not Moniak, but I could have gotten Hunter Goodman and McMahon.
The Dodgers.
Ohtani Betts Freeman.
Bang. The Padres. Tatis.
Machado.
Yep.
Oh, Bogarts or Jackson Merrill? Jackson Merrill.
And the Giants, do you want to guess?
Wilmer Flores.
No.
Patrick Bailey.
No. It's Yaz, it's Matt Chapman, and Elliot Ramos. No Devers is crazy.
No Devers is wild. That's it for us. Thursday edition of the program in the books. Everybody, have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLI